Political prosecution you see unfolding before you? In other words, you got all of Mueller's appointees for Hillary Clinton, we're discovering, all of them with questionable ethical, the use of their ethics, or lack of ethics, and persecuting all Trump associates. Do you see something that's dangerous to you?
Well, it's very dangerous, and it's actually very parallel to what they have just exposed in Wisconsin, was an effort to use the legal system to destroy Governor Walker. And they've had an amazing series of stories in Wisconsin now, where it turned out that there were a group of lawyers who ran amok and who were trying to destroy people's lives. I see the same thing happening here, and I raise a single question. How could they possibly go after General Flynn after 35 years serving in uniform and skip Hillary Clinton's aides who clearly lied under oath? How can they possibly defend that?
But now we know the fix was in.
It seems to me.
They were writing your exoneration. They didn't even do the investigation, sir.
Right. So I think the correct answer under our constitutional system is for the House and Senate Judiciary Committees to start subpoenaing these guys, bringing them in under oath. I want to see all 10,000 of the tweets that the one FBI agent apparently sent to his girlfriend that has all sorts of apparently anti-Trump stuff in it. But more than that, I think they need to bring Comey in under oath and say, tell us again why you did not swear in Hillary Clinton. Why was she not put at risk of perjury the way you did, the way General Flynn was? I think they need to bring in the entire team who were involved in the Clinton investigation. This thing stinks so badly that we really need to be protected. And under our Constitution, one of the protections is the power of Congress to investigate, and the House and Senate Judiciary Committees ought to go in. One thing they should ask is, the deputy FBI director, whose wife, as a Democratic candidate, got, I think, $900,000 in donations, why did he not recuse himself? How can he possibly be neutral? And these are the kind of questions the Congress ought to be asking right now.
What do we do if they never really investigated Hillary Clinton now? I mean, because we know the fix was in. We know that they wrote the exoneration beforehand. And why do I think that's obstruction of justice by Comey, this guy Peter Strzok, and other people that are involved? How do we have equal justice under the law if we don't do that?
Well, I think clearly the Attorney General has to appoint a special counsel. I think they need two special counsels. One to go back and look at the entire Clinton experience, the Uranium One, the Clinton Foundation, et cetera. But second, we need a special counsel or some kind of appropriate appointment to review the FBI and the Justice Department's own role. I mean, this is so sick. It is so one-sided. It is so clearly not the rule of law. Sometimes you have to have somebody who protects you from the protectors. When the protectors are, Lord Acton warned that power tends to corrupt. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. We are living through that experience right now. We're seeing power in the Justice Department, power in the FBI that clearly led to corruption, and that means we've got to take some very severe steps. It may involve, frankly, developing some panels of special outside lawyers who have the full power to subpoena everything, to go in and just root this stuff out. I mean, this is really a serious, serious problem.
It's also a serious problem if you have a group of people that want to undo an election. Do you believe at the heart of this that there is a deep state, maybe including former intelligence officials or people that use the weaponry of intelligence, that are criminalizing perhaps the FBI, deep state leaking, that have as their goal that they think the American people made a mistake and they want to undo the results of this election, and they're using every devious tactic they possibly can?
Well, a good friend of mine who's been through this and who understands it really well said to me today, you have to understand that in 2016, the idea of Donald Trump as president was so horrifying to the left that any action was seen as acceptable, no matter how illegal, as long as it was for the purpose of stopping Trump. And I think they all frankly expected Hillary to win, and they thought they would simply cover up all of their crimes. The great shock to them has been that Trump did win, and that slowly, painfully, step by step, we are beginning to unmask how sick the system is, how deep the corruption is. And a lot of people are now at risk, I think. I think Mueller's at risk. I think Comey's at risk. I think there are a whole range of people who are at risk for having basically violated the law, abused power in remarkable ways. I don't know of any experience in American history where you have the scale of abuse of power that we're seeing right now.
The boomerang effect, though, is in full play here, because we now know Hillary Clinton, through her campaign, through the DNC, which Donna Brazile says she controlled, and the money therein, that they paid Fusion GPS, that they hired this guy Christopher Steele. Christopher Steele goes forward and, in fact, uses and pays Russians for lies about Donald Trump, all to influence an election. And there is the possibility, as it came up in the hearing today with Jim Jordan, that, in fact, that phony Russian propaganda lying dossier was used as the basis to get a FISA warrant against either candidate or candidate Trump and President-elect Trump and his team. Now, if that were to be the case, which it appears it may very well be a possibility after the hearings today, what does that mean?
Well, what it means is that the Obama administration did everything it could, first to block Trump from winning, and second to undermine and weaken and cripple Trump as he took power. And that this is ultimately going to go all the way through the entire administration. It's the National Security Advisor. It's the ambassador to the United Nations. It's a whole range of people. It's the Attorney General. And I think people need to recognize this. This is an extraordinarily wide-ranging pattern of corruption. And I mean corruption, and not in the sense of money swapping hands, but in the old-fashioned sense that the founding fathers would have understood, that these were people who were abusing the law for their special interest and the special interest of their faction, and they were prepared to hurt the innocent. They were prepared to frame people. They were prepared to do whatever they had to because they believed that the cause they were for was so self-righteous, the cause of defeating Trump. Even more than the cause of electing Hillary, it was the specter of Trump that terrified him, and therefore anything was legitimate. Now, it wasn't. It was, in fact, illegal.
All right, we got to leave it there, Mr.